detentions. Can you come and apologize?
Sorry, Madam Speaker, for the statement I made.
Withdraw it.
I'm withdrawing it.
I wanted the minister to understand why we said that there's a targeting of Muslims to which all of us as leaders, we must really have our eyes open and see whether it is really a matter away from our scrutiny. Honourable Speaker, on the issue of violations of human rights in fishing communities, the UPDF has, out of impunity, continued to terrorize and blatantly torture fishermen in various water bodies.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Kankwanjulire Hajaruna omusomi w'edduwa Nakinku ng'onava mulendwadde nnyingi nnyo olyeyo ng'otawanyizibwa mu mukwano otawanyizibwa mu mirimu weetaaga kumikisa oyagala kugenda mitala w'amayanja oba obweru w'eggwanga otawanyizibwa amajinni oba shaitwan n'ebintu ebirala bingi nnyo Hajaruna akusomera dduwa n'akuvumula bulungi nnyo n'otabaako kintu kyonna ky'ojula. Hajaruna akola ku bantu bonna awatali kusosola mawanga awatali kusosola madiini ne mu nzikiriza zonna. Hajaruna asangibwa Bulumagi ku luguudo lw'Ejjinja era osobola okumukubira ku ssimu ze z'olabawo ku screen, osobola okukuba direct oba n'oyitira ddala ku WhatsApp n'osobola okumufuna n'akuyamba mu buzibu bwonna bw'olina.
Are actually NRM supporters. So we are pursuing this without recourse to color or creed. We are only pursuing justice for these families, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, on page 7, I'm providing cases where high-profile officials were assassinated and the Muslims arrested en masse. I don't have to read through the detail, but I'm quoting March 7, 2017, the assassination of the former AIGP Andrew Kawes, Felix Kawes.
The members, I want you to know one thing. Most of these things are inherited, because I don't think any of you was in the house in 2017. We're inheriting some of these things, but we must discuss them. Me, I was not here.
I am also quoting the June 21 attempted assassination of our friend General Katumba Wamala. I'm quoting the September 2018 assassination of ASP Mohammed Chirumira. I am quoting the twin bombings of 2021. But Honourable Speaker, I wanted the minister to understand why we said that there's a targeting of Muslims to which all of us as leaders, we must really have our eyes open and see whether it is really a matter away from our scrutiny. Honourable Speaker, on the issue of violations of human rights in fishing communities, the UPDF has, out of impunity, continued to terrorize and blatantly torture fishermen in various water bodies. Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, fish is impounded from the fishermen by the military, who in turn make a killing out of it and ultimately enslave the fishing communities. Harassment and death at the hands of armed personnel have been reported on the lakes. Fishermen are terrorized and their nets seized. They are accused of using particular nets, now deemed illegal, yet they are manufactured in Uganda and others are cleared for import. Right Honourable Speaker, ironically, the government knows about the trading of such gears because taxes are levied on them. Parliament has passed numerous resolutions suspending UPDF activities on water bodies as far as the regulation of fisheries is concerned, all in vain. To date, the Fisheries and Aquaculture Act 2022 has not been operationalized and implemented. While the Fisheries and Aquaculture Act 2022 deems UPDF presence of the lakes unlawful, they will disrupt fishing activities and profit from the confiscated fish and fishing gear. Honourable Speaker, on page 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and the part of 23, I am enlisting names of Ugandans that have either been killed, maimed, or drowned in various fishing communities. And this House of Parliament should not be held complicit in these violations. Right, Honourable Speaker, I understand that over 80 members of Parliament here represent fishing communities. They are waiting for a voice on these violations that are provided, including names that can be verified with a proper inquest, right, Honourable Speaker. We are on page 23, right, Honourable Speaker. Additionally, that these atrocities have spread nationwide on all national water bodies and landing sites. Further mentions can be made concerning cases of reported from Mpuuga County and Lamb landing sites. Right, Honourable Speaker. The names have mentioned there have suffered at the hands of the military. There is overwhelming evidence showing the wanton and reckless conduct of the UPDF on our national waters. Isn't Parliament interested, right, Honourable Speaker, in investigating the owners and actions of the soldiers operating boats with the inscription, "Watch our seme"? Let them talk. Whether they are chasing other fishermen, they are very active. Isn't Parliament interested in understanding who is behind this? Honourable Speaker, as I conclude, the government is neither willing nor interested in investigating the concerns raised here. Institutionally, the bodies that have attempted to tackle issues of human rights violations have continually not delved exhaustively and effectively into the concerns at hand. Honourable Speaker, the government statement is therefore a replica of past statements on the same. It's not only detached from reality, but also laced with insensitivity and laden with mockery for the bereaved families of the missing victims, and they hereby reject it in its entirety. Now, Right Honourable Speaker, with a heavy heart and a deep sense of responsibility, to address a matter of utmost importance, the protection of human rights within our nation, Right Honourable Speaker, we are here to demand for justice and invite the House to join us. Our shared commitment to justice, equality, and the fundamental dignity of every individual compels us to confront the disturbing reports of human rights violations that have come to light. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the reports on abuse of human rights, enforced disappearances, and violence are non-partisan. They cannot be ignored, and they demand a thorough investigation. Where a city government elects to commit or deliberately fails to investigate unspeakable and horrendous actions committed against people by acting extremely intolerant to political dissent and delimiting the civic space as demonstrated herein, the only fortress that remains harboring their hope and trust is the legislature. Honourable Speaker and colleagues, Parliament serves as a stage where the voices of the oppressed are amplified, where people's representatives refuse to be silent about injustice, and where the struggle for human rights is unfettered, fully expressed, and conclusively pursued without fear or favor. Right Honourable Speaker, precisely that is the billing and the expectation of the public in the legislature is profound. Protection and promotion of the sanctity of human rights is our cardinal role. It is a clarion call to Parliament to uphold this honor. Honourable members, I humbly submit and implore you to rise to the occasion. As a matter of fact, this 11th Parliament will go down the annals of history as having risen to the occasion when the government turned against her people. Let us go on record as a people who knew what was right and acted in the best interest of the citizenry.
Understood now what Lop referred to about the delay in trying people and the number that he quoted. And I think that one still falls under Uganda police. But when we are here, and Uganda prisons, when we are here, and I thought for once that since human rights is as universal as the Catholic Church. I thought we would speak with one voice, that we would not politicize anybody's right, anybody's death. Right, Honorable Speaker, now that the Lop, my very good friend, we've never had he has clarified to me, I am devoid of any other doubt that he was referring to those who are in detention, who are on remand, not those in CMI.
So what is the way forward? What is the way forward? Can I have Attorney General?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. The matter in issue is the allegation that so many people are in detention without trial.
Asuman, why are you pointing at my age? Come back where you're seated. Come back.
Right Honourable Speaker, the matter in issue as raised by LOP is that so many people are on remand without trial.
You sit.
I repeat, Right Honourable Speaker, the matter as raised by the Leader of Opposition is that very many people are on remand without trial. That we accept and agree. And this last week, this very Parliament passed an amendment to the Judicature Act to increase the number of judges. And you know for a fact that following the enactment of the...
Go ahead.
You know for a fact that the Judicial Service Commission has been appointing judicial officers to increase the number in order to deal with the backlog. So, no effort is being spared to make sure that the numbers of people that are on remand pending trial are brought down. Thank you.
Thank you. We actually increased to that. General, there is an issue that was raised on persons being detained without trial. We want a government commitment that you're going to make a follow-up. Make a follow-up. Yes. I mean, make a follow-up and see what can be done.
Right Honourable Speaker, we shall verify and if found true, take appropriate action.
I spoke first in respect of the administration of judiciary law that we passed in the 10th Parliament, which allowed the Judicial Service Commission to appoint more judicial officers. But be that as it may, be that as it may, be that as it may, I do understand the concern of the Leader of Opposition that there are people who have exceeded the mandatory period of remand. Now, we need to work backwards. I can undertake to engage with the Chief Justice, with the Principal Judge, with the Chief Registrar, so that they find out, and the Deputy Chief Justice, and the DPP. We shall work together as judiciary, work backwards, and see if there are people who have spent a period longer than they ought to on remand, then they will be released.
You know the problem?
These of these prisoners. When examine them, the prisoners who have been there beyond the mandatory time, who have not been trained. Yes. not mentioning the political prisoners. I am saying prisoners who are there. Yes?
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, can I request honestly that we go by the proposal of the Attorney General?
Yes.
Instead of setting a bad precedent, which is not even practical, that people can be released through Parliament. Let's go. No. Yes. Because that's what it comes to.
By the way, as members of Parliament, we are constrained to do the work of courts. That's not our role. And as such, we are only imploring government to go and act. Our work is not the work of courts. Prayer too, yes?
Whatever we are discussing now, we are representing the people of Uganda, not individuals. When you talk about NOB, for me, NOB votes for me. It doesn't vote for NOB. So those are still my voters. Those are your voters. And you can't know, there is nothing written anywhere that this is a NOB person, this is FDC, this is NRM or whichever. These are Ugandans and human beings, and we are here to represent the people of Uganda. And when we are here, we should learn to speak one word. When we are in this house, and I will tell you, government, we need to promote the rule of law. We need to. Can you come and apologize?
Sorry, Madam Speaker, for the statement I made.
Withdraw it.
I'm withdrawing it. But
What statement?
Madam Speaker, I was not
You said nonsensical. How?
It was not on record, but
Can you withdraw it?
I've withdrawn it, Madam.
Wama Haji,
With due respect,
continue.
Madam Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, there is a...
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kankwanjulire Hajaruna omusomi w'edduwa Nakinku ng'onaava omulendwadde ennyingi nnyo oli eyo ng'otawanyizibwa mu mukwano otawanyizibwa mu mirimu weetaaga kumikisa oyagala kugenda mitala w'amayanja oba obweru w'eggwanga otawanyizibwa amajjini oba shaitwan n'ebintu ebirala bingi nnyo Hajaruna akusomera dduwa n'akuvumula bulungi nnyo n'otabaako kintu kyonna ky'ojula. Hajaruna akola ku bantu bonna awatali kusosola mawanga awatali kusosola madiini ne mu nzikiriza zonna. Hajaruna asangibwa Bulumagi ku luguudo lw'Ejjinja era osobola okumukubira ku ssimu ze z'olabawo ku screen, osobola okukuba direct oba n'oyitira ddala ku WhatsApp n'osobola okumufuna n'akuyamba mu buzibu bwonna bw'olina.